darkness, my old friend, I've come to talk with you again, because a vision softly creeping left its seeds while I was sleeping, and the vision that was planted in my brain still remains within the sound of silence. In restless dreams I walked alone, narrow streets of cobblestone, neath the halo of a street lamp. I turned my collar to the cold and damp, when my eyes were stabbed by the flash of a neon light that split the night and touched the sound of silence. And in the naked light I saw 10,000 people, maybe more, people talking without speaking, people hearing without listening, people writing songs that voices never share. No one dared disturb the sound of silence. Fool, said I, you do not know, silence like a cancer grows. Hear my words that I might teach you, take my arms that I might reach you, but my words like silent raindrops fell and echoed the wells of silence. And the people bowed and prayed to the neon god they made, and the sign flashed out its warning in the words that it was forming. And the sign said the words of the prophets are written on the subway walls, the tenement halls, whispered the sounds of silence.
Okay. Hello, everyone. My name is Maxwell Hinchliffe. I'm Melanie Azterbaum's nephew, and I'm going to be hosting this Zoom meeting. So to ensure everything goes smoothly, I'm going to ask you all to just keep your videos off and stay muted. I already made it so people can't unmute themselves, but you might still be able to put your video on, but I asked to please not to until the end. I'll give you guys a time where you can talk, tell stories about Melanie and stuff you love about her. And for now, I'm going to introduce my uncle Joseph Azterbaum, Melanie's brother, and he's going to perform a song for her. So 1 second as we get him on. And then here, so can we hear you, Uncle Joey?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Okay, solid. And then here, I'm gonna mute myself and stop my video so people can see you. Love you.
When my way groweth drear, precious Lord, linger near. When my life is almost gone, hear my cry, hear my call, hold my hand lest I fall. Take my hand, Precious Lord, lead me home. Precious Lord, take my hand, lead me on, let me stand. I am tired, I am weak, I am worn. Through the storm, through the night, lead me on to the light. Take my hand, precious Lord, lead me home. When the darkness appears and the night draws near and the day is past and gone, at the river I stand, guide my feet, hold my hand. Take my hand, precious Lord, lead me home. Precious Lord, take my hand, lead me on, let me stand. I am tired, I am weak, I am worn. Through the storm, through the night, lead me home to the light. Take my hand, precious Lord, lead me home. When my work is all done, and my race here is won, let me see by the light thou hast shown that fair city so bright, where the lantern is the light. Take my hand, precious Lord, lead me on. Precious Lord, take my hand, lead me on, let me stand. I am tired, I am weak, I am worn. Through the storm, through the night, lead me home to the light. Take my hand, precious Lord, lead me home. Take my hand, precious Lord, lead me home.
Thank you so much, Joey. That was beautiful. So next, we will be introducing Dr. Joe Grana, and he's going to lead us with a prayer and have some words of comfort. So let me bring him on really quick.
Pray with me, would you please? Can you hear me all right, Max?
Yeah, you sound good. Sound good.
Okay, thank you. Heavenly Father, we come to you at a time of great loss. There's sadness in our hearts, but yet we want to look for comfort, we look for joy, so we share together as a family. And we're grateful for Melanie's life and what she's meant to us, but we're saddened by her passing. And so, Lord, we come to you because we know that our words are inadequate and we have so many questions and few answers. But we come to you who is all knowing and all loving, all caring, and the only one who has the words of eternal life. Those are words we need today. We just ask that you would speak to us and be in our midst. I pray this in Jesus' name. Amen. Well, dear family, our sadness, of course, is very extreme right now. In shock and loss, and it's made double because this week was the anniversary of Nikki's passing as well. So we not only have Melanie's passing, but we have a reliving of Nikki's. And for many of us, what happens at a time like this, it even goes beyond the two young women that we have loved, but it goes through other losses that we've had through our life. And so if it seems like it's overwhelming right now, there is good reason for that, because it's one loss upon another as another. As we've maybe placed some of those to the side, they never go away, but as we might have placed them a little bit aside, when we come to a time like this, they all get magnified. And perhaps in Melanie's passing, it's just been overwhelming because it's one more terrible loss. And so I share that with you. In fact, I struggled with what text I might use and what words I might say. And so I thought about Job at first. Job, who lost all of his family. He lost all of his wealth. He lost all of his health. And his life was just decimated. And yet he trusted God in the midst of that. We talk about the suffering of Job, or the faith of Job. And a Rabbi Heschel said this. He said, the faith of Job cannot be shaken because it is the result of having been shaken. And so the life circumstances, his life shook him down to the point where the only thing he could really have is to have faith and to look to God. And even said, though he slay me, yet I will still trust him. And then I looked at some of the Psalms, and the beautiful Psalm in 30, and it says this, that there is weeping for a night, but joy comes in the morning. And as I thought about that text, I said, well, there's been weeping in the night, but I don't know that there's been joy in the morning. There's been weeping in the morning as well. And so that psalm seemed inadequate. There was a text in 2 Corinthians that talks about the God of all comfort who comforts us, and that we are to comfort one another. And that was a helpful text. But as I continued to look in my concordance and read through my Bible and thumb through it, I came across a text in 2 Corinthians 4 that has always spoken to me, particularly in times of being down, when I've had loss or had depression. And then as I looked at this text, I remembered I used part of this text for Nikki's service last year. And I want to take some of the verses of that text, because if they're appropriate then, they're doubly appropriate now. And I hope some of these words will help us identify ourselves and our feelings, but also bring us some comfort in that process as well. It's in 2 Corinthians, the 4th chapter. Paul says, we are hard pressed on every side, but not crushed. We can certainly identify with that. We're all hard pressed. We've had Nikki's death and now Melanie's death. We've had pandemic, we've had economic issues, and all of us have some degree of physical issues as well. Life is pressing in upon us. But the Apostle Paul is trying to give us some encouragement that even though we're hard pressed, we'll not be crushed. We're perplexed, but not in despair. Perplexed, certainly. How did this happen? Why did this happen? What is going on in the world? What's going on in my world? And so it's confusing, and we have many, many questions. But again, Paul is trying to say that even though we're perplexed, let us not be driven to despair. We're struck down, but not destroyed. And it may be that he's having the image here of the gladiators in the Colosseum, where one strikes the other one down, is ready for a crushing blow. They said, but we're not destroyed. We are not destroyed. As we help one another, as we love one another, as we build one another up, as we encourage one another, as we cry with one another, And as we look to God in faith, we will not be destroyed. He goes on, he says, I believed, therefore I have spoken. With that same spirit of faith, we also believe and therefore speak, because we know that the one who raised the Lord Jesus from the dead will also raise us with Jesus and present us with you in his presence. We certainly have many questions on this side of eternity, and nobody has all the answers. But he's giving us a perspective here of why Jesus came to this world, that he came to die for our sins, to become the sacrifice for us, to take our place, but to give us the hope of eternal life. There's more to life than what we see. And I hope that's an encouragement, because as we look around at life, it's pretty grim at many levels. There's many beautiful things, and I'd hope that we could focus on the beauty of creation, the beauty of nature, the beauty of love. There are many good things in our world, but at times like this, it's hard to see them. But he's helping us to see beyond what we see and to know that there's something else beyond what's going on in this world. He goes on in verse 16, he says, therefore, because we have a hope that there is a life beyond the grave, therefore we do not lose heart. Though outwardly we are wasting away, yet inwardly we are being renewed day by day. And so hopefully within ourselves we can find renewal. We might be wasting away. Hair's getting grayer, the face is getting more wrinkled, the aches and pains are continuing, the heartaches of life are there. Outwardly we're wasting away, but God wants to put within our spirit, within our inner being, a renewal day by day. As we look to him and trust him, and as we help one another, that renewal can take place. He says, for our light and momentary troubles are achieving for us an eternal glory that far outweighs them all. They're not very light, what we're going through. And at this point, they are not momentary, because they're lifelong. But again, he's giving us a perspective to look beyond, look at it from eternal perspective, to see that the difficulties of life will ultimately be light and be momentary as we continue to persevere. In a funny sense, my mother used to say this. She would say, you know, the first 100 years are the hardest. And I've come to realize that that's really true. She was also trying to say there's more beyond the first 100 years. And so Paul ends these verses and says this, so we fix our eyes not on what is seen, but what is unseen. For what is seen is temporary, but what is unseen is eternal. So the pain that Nikki had, the pain that Melanie had, the difficulties that were faced on this side, there's relief on the other side. And it'll be eternal relief. There is sadness on our side of eternity, but on the other side, there will be eternal joy and love and happiness. And so today, I hurt with you, our family, and I feel pain with you and for you. But I hope that we can encourage and support one another. And as we think about the love that we share with Melanie, the love that we share with each other, in whatever form that your faith is in God, from my perspective, it's of course a Christian faith. But however you connect with him, I hope that you'll rely upon him so he can bring comfort to your heart and give you the hope of eternal life, eternal love, eternal comfort, eternal joy. God bless you. We love you all.
Thank you, Dr. Joe. That was really sweet. I appreciate your words. Next, we are going to hear from Deanna Carranza, Melanie's partner and love for 14 years. So let me pull her up on here. And by the way, she's my Aunt Deanna.
Hi, everyone.
Hey.
So as Max said, my name is Diana Carranza. Please forgive me if I stutter or choke up. I'm nervous and not the most experienced public speaker. So I decided write a little something for Melly. Bear with me, and Melly help me out. Mel was an essential part of my life for the past 14 years. We spent 13 of those years together, and we remained close friends and family for this last year. We met January of 2006. Well, we both worked at Cat City DPSS. I was an office assistant. I had just graduated from Berkeley, and she was an assistant eligibility supervisor for the CalWorks department. It all started with me noticing her dragon tattoo. So I said, cool tattoo, and I traced it on her arm. And she'd like to say that I seduced her with that little move, but I was just being friendly. So we had a whirlwind of a romance. A few days before Valentine's Day, she asked me in a text if I would be her Valentine. And my reply was that I had already made her mine. You know, thank goodness that she decided to make that our anniversary, because I'm terrible with forgetting things. I lose things all the time. And so that made it easy for me to remember. So you know the joke about lesbians and the second date being a U-Haul rental? Well, it wasn't the second date, but by August of that same year, we decided to move in together. We overcame many hurdles as a couple. I come from a very traditional Mexican family, and me bringing Melanie home wasn't exactly what they had expected. It was tough at first, but Melanie warmed her way into their hearts, and she became a part of this family. We loved each other very much. We grew a lot together. We shared lots of wonderful trips to Idlewild, to LA to visit family, to Hemet, to the Bay Area, San Diego. And just last year, we went on a camping trip to Yosemite. We had a lot of beautiful memories. It wasn't always perfect, you know, what relationship is. We had our shares of ups and downs, and if you knew Melly and you were close to her, you knew that she could rip you a new one with her words. But I just want to focus on the positive, because I think that's what she leaves behind. And all I can say is we were there for each other, even after all the ups and downs, and in the end, we still loved each other and wanted the best for each other's lives. So I don't know how Melanie made your life better, but I will share a little about how she made mine and how I saw her help others. Melanie helped me express my creative side. Because of her, I started painting rather than doodling on the side of papers and stuff. She'd say, I totally hang that on my wall. And so I started using canvases and art supplies and growing in that sense. And then it just branched out to other things, our sense of fashion. And she was an amazing interior decorator, so she had always had the house looking beautiful. And she influenced me, and she brought out my artistic side, and I'm so thankful. Thank you, Melly. She helped so many people while we were at DPSS. She'd always find loopholes to help people get approved rather than just deny them. She'd say this about her coworkers, I don't know why they don't just approve them. I mean, if they're here, they need the help. It's not like it's their money. And so she'd find a way to help them. We shared a love for music, and we were lucky to attend so many Coachella Fests together. We got to see Prince, Roger Waters, Paul McCartney, Arcade Fire, Sia, Gautier, Manu Chao, Los Angeles Azules. so many musical icons and so many wonderful memories created together. Our first Coachella, we worked at a hot dog stand, and we swore that we'd come back as guests. um, I mean, how could we miss this concert? It was in our hometown and it was just amazing. So we did, we came back and we kept coming back, and we've created so many beautiful memories there, and I'm so grateful. I consider myself lucky. Funny story, the last couple of years, you know, Melly had to get around in her scooter or her electric chair. And sometimes due to, you know, the medication or the smoking or the drinking, she wasn't very good at driving it around. And so sometimes she would run into people, and the people would turn around all mad and angry at who, you know, who hurt them. And then as soon as they would see Mally coming through with her little scooter, they'd make way, you know, make way for her. So we got a lot of cool spots at these concerts because of her. You know, I'm very lucky. And I know that my friends and I know that Coachella will never be the same without her. But we connected through the universal language that is music, and I'm so lucky. You know, Melanie knew how to make this great spaghetti, and she taught me the recipe, and you know, my family loves it now, and I'm able to share it, and I'm so grateful that we got a chance to cook together and learn about our culinary expertise through shows and stuff. Thanks to Melly, I crossed off skydiving off my bucket list. She gave it to me in a gift certificate, and it took me a whole year to finally do it, but she pushed me and she gave that gift to me, and I'm so grateful. The last few years, they were especially difficult for us. It was hard because the Melanie that I met and knew was absent a lot of the time. And this just went back to her pain. After getting thrown 90 feet, you know, away and being broken in so many places, she was left in a life of endless pain. There was nothing I could do about it. And it hurt so much. If you're a person that suffers from pain management, I pray for you and I feel for you. It's a terrible thing to live with. You know, the feeling of her absence is hard to conceive. It's hard to assimilate and process. Everyone, when I told them, they were in disbelief, they were in shock. And the thing is that Melanie was like a cat. She had 9 lives. She would come back out of the toughest, most difficult of situations, and she just kept on going. She got hit by a car. She was in several car accidents. She got hit by a car again. She had a bleeding ulcer. She survived. And I guess God thought it was time for her survival mode to be over. She went in her sleep, just like she wanted. I'm gonna miss you so much, Melly. I'll be sad and I'll probably cry like I'm doing right now. But then I'll have to smile because the memory of you, it brings me a smile. Because even though you're gone, I'm sure we'll meet again. And boy, will we have a lot of catching up to do. Sandy, Rudy, Danny, Dee, Azterbaums, Hinchlifs, Gutierrez family, Lentons, Liz, Bill, and boys. I love you all. Thank you for being a part of my life and for accepting me into your family. I know it hurts to the core that she won't be here to create more memories with us, but she'll always be in our hearts and in the stories that we continue sharing. I would have wanted to share those memories with her present, so she could give you her version and I could give you mine. But I guess it wasn't meant to be in this life. So let's try to focus on the fact that she's finally free. She's free from the pain. She's in peace. And let's try to hang on to that until the next wave comes. Thank you all. I love you.
Deanna, thank you for your beautiful, kind words. Love you so much. Next, we're going to be hearing from my Aunt Melanie's parents. So first, we will be having Rudy and Sandy Gutierrez. So.
Do you need any help turning on your video?
I don't know. I unmuted and I did that.
Grandma, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
We can see you, just so you know. We can hear you and see you.
Oh, there we are.
We can see you and Papa.
Let's change this just a little bit. There we go.
Okay.
Wow. Deanna said she couldn't speak very well, and after being the one to speak after her, I'm gonna not sound as eloquent as she was. I know everyone will probably say wonderful things about my baby, and she was wonderful, but I saw both sides of her, and she was a pistol from when she was born. She was born by emergency C-section, and I always felt like we were so close together because we almost died together at that time. Then she was a pistol as a toddler. If she came to hug you, you had to be careful that she didn't sink her little teeth into your shoulder. Her sisters and brother loved her very, very much. She always reminded me of the poem of the little girl that when she was good, she was very, very good. And when she was bad, she was horrid. We thought she was hyperactive. Then she was perfect in school. As an adult, she was diagnosed as bipolar and having borderline personality. I bring this up because so many people hide it and they have shame about it. And she didn't. She shared it and she tried to help other people. She accepted it and worked on it. Let me think. She just had a difficult life, my poor baby. Everything was a struggle. Deanna was the sunshine in her life. And I'm so happy that she brought Deanna into our family. We love her and her family so much. Then she got hit by the car, as Deanna said, and she had a lot of pain and rehab to go through. Had problems with medication addiction because of all the pain, which a lot of people do. Just this last November, she got some influenza, which I believe was the COVID, and she was in the ICU for 30 days, and I was there every day, all gowned up, sitting with her, watching her being intubated, driving home crying, talking to my daughter Jenny, saying, I don't know what to do, talking to my daughter-in-law who's a nurse, and she guided me through the whole process. She's an amazing person, Marianne. Anyway, she got better finally. And before she had gotten sick, she had gotten a mobile home that we kind of finagled. We were good at finagling. It was a 55 plus park and she wasn't supposed to buy it, but I was on the lease. So we put it in that I was mine and I was living there with her, but she didn't get to live in it until probably 2 months after she got better from whatever she had in the hospital. But then she decorated, she had all the Pioneer Woman stuff in her kitchen. She was so creative in her dressing, her cooking. She'd come over and cook for us. It was delicious. And we shared a lot of meals together. Let me see. Like I said, because of her pain, extreme pain every day, she was addicted to pain medication, basically. And she tried so hard to control it, letting me hold her pills and putting them in a pill box weekly so she wouldn't take too many. Let me see what else I have here. Oh, it's just so hard to bring up everything. She was just my baby girl. And the last time we saw her, we had just had dinner with her on the Sunday night. We had made steak and cauliflower. We love to roast cauliflower, and we had a wonderful time. She went home, and she didn't contact me, and I called her, and then on Tuesday, that was Sunday, Tuesday, I called my daughter Jenny, and I said, Jenny, I think something's wrong. Mellie's not answering me. Can you come get me so we can go check? And she didn't. We're all very creative about doing not what we're supposed to be doing. She didn't. She took her son and they went to the house and they found her, and she had passed away in her sleep. And then she called my son who's living with us, Joey, who sang that beautiful song. And my son told me that she had passed. And I just cried. I screamed out in grief. Life is just going to be a little bit worse without her being here. She loved her family so much, loved all her nieces and nephews, loved Deanna's nieces and nieces. She loved family. She loved being together with people. And we're going to miss her at all our family gatherings if we ever get to have them again because of this dumb COVID thing. But I'm glad. Thank you so much to Jenny and Jolynn and Max and everybody that contributed to putting this together for us so we could have a memorial and celebrate the life of my baby girl. And that's about it. Like I said, I'm not a very eloquent speaker like Deanna. And now my husband's going to say something. So there you go, baby.
I'm not very eloquent, period. Anyway. Melanie became my daughter at 6 years old. She was very smart and loved to test and tease me. One time she accused me of lying, which upset me, and quickly said, no. I said a lion. There was a lion statue at the house next door. We always laughed and how quick and, quick and she'd backpedal. Even though she could be in pain in the butt, she wove her way into my heart, and she grew older, became closer, and teasing.
And we enjoyed
hanging out, eating together, and teasing her mom. It hurt me so much to see her suffering, and although I'll miss her, I'm glad that she's out of pain. May she, God bless, and peace.
Thank you all for being with us today.
Thank you.
Thank you, Grandma. That was really sweet. And thank you, Papa. That was a sweet story. Love you both so much. Next, we're going to hear from Danny and Dee Azterbaum. Hey, Grandpa Dan and Grandma Dee.
Okay. Hi, everyone. This is a really a gift, a real gift from Jenny, Max, and all who put this together. Giving us an opportunity to talk about Melanie and how we experienced her in our lives. This is something I wrote down because I just don't want to, I didn't want to just go random. Baby girl, sweetest daughter, Melly. These are some of the names she received from all of us. She was strong-willed girl from birth. She refused to come out of her mother's womb, and later to have survived what doctors termed a failure to thrive. She was afraid, but never backed down on all her battles. I had a chance to spend some time with her when she was in rehab, recovering from the accident where she was struck by a car. She was a fighter. Pain was her familiar foe. She dealt with it with courage, and her beautiful brown eyes shone even though she was dealing with an immense amount of pain. She was willing to do whatever her physical therapist asked. Last December, we all feared she wouldn't survive, but she did, and continued another set of physical therapies following this battle with ARDS. What a miracle. The happiest time was going to the hospital with Michael and Joanna. We joked and laughed, putting on a show, singing songs. She laughed and smiled and made us feel so loved. That was the last time they saw her. It was a great day. It was a great day when we saw her return to her own home. How proud and excited she was. She meant so much in our lives. In her chronic pain and broken heart, she is now in God's presence. God, you've got your hands full. We all know she's alive and well, will always be in our hearts. Rest now, baby girl.
Hi, everyone. I'm so grateful to this format. Thank you, all the family that put this together. It's a miracle that we're all together in this time. I also had to write down stuff. The only really way I can express this loss, going after Danny is not really easy, is it to say that there's a hole in the physical universe and in our hearts, big holes in our hearts, but a brighter heaven with you in it, Melly. I picture you convincing God to let you play mischievous tricks on us, on those of us you've left behind. We love you to the moon and back. We all have trouble letting go. I still have a voicemail on my phone from Melanie that she left on Mother's Day. It still kind of blows my mind, you know, that all of Danny's children acknowledged me on Mother's Day because I don't have any children of my own. And I'm just their stepmom. I don't want to let her go, but I know and believe that God has released her ever so gently, and so must I. We all have lots of facets to our personalities, and I found a poem that I would like to share today that I think fits the side of Melanie that would want us to miss her, that side that needed us to see her and love her, and yet let her do it her way, to just disappear out the back door with no drama. But you know she would want us to miss her, but just not suffer doing so. When I come to the end of the road, and the sun has set for me. I want no rights in a gloom-filled room, and why cry for a soul set free? Miss me a little, but not for too long, and not with your head bowed low. Remember the love that we once shared. Miss me, but let me go. For this is a journey that we all must take, and each must go alone. It's all a part of the Master's plan, a step on the road to home. When you are lonely and sick of heart, go to the friends we know and bury your sorrows in doing good deeds. Miss me, but let me go.
Thank you for those kind words. Love you both so much. Okay, so next we are going to hear from Melanie's other mom, Liz Chai Chang, and then Joanna Azterbaum. Hey, love you.
Melanie, you were my first daughter, and you taught me so much about love and acceptance. I want to talk about the things I remember most about you and the things that I'm really grateful for that you taught me. First of all, I remember your feistiness. I remember when we went camping, Danny, at El Capitan. We had a great time, but we didn't give Melanie something. And she ran away in the campground at El Capitan. And we finally found her, and we ended up giving her what she wanted. But she was strong-willed, she was feisty. But that feistiness can also be thought of as resilience. And she taught me, and she showed us what it means to be courageous, to be brave, to crack jokes in the midst of her pain and her suffering. I remember visiting her in the rehab center and talking to her afterwards many times. And she was always planning something. And she was always funny, and she was always joking and complimenting and sharing, something that she thought I would like. She was planning her new home. She was planning how to decorate it. She was planning how to get her dogs back, her two of her dogs back. And you would never know, Sandy knew, and her close family knew. Someone like me that didn't talk to her all the time or see her all the time. I didn't know. I mean, I knew because people told me, but I didn't know because of how she talked or because she ever complained. Melanie never complained. She was always funny and asking about me. And the last thing she wanted to talk about was her pain. She was a model of courage and resilience, and that darn feistiness translated when it needed to into courage. The other things that I remember of Melanie, she was such an open and transparent person. I have to say, give credit to Sandy and Danny. They birthed and raised such open, transparent, no guiles, no holding back children. And Melanie was like that. When I met Melanie, she was only 12 years old. And, you know, I was yet another stepmother. But she was open to me. She was willing to let me in. She allowed me to see her true self and for me to share my true self with her. The other children did too. Thank you, Sandy. But she and I, you know, I met her when she was young. She was only 12. Excuse me. And, you know, I would go and pick her up every month or so. And, you know, when older kids got to be, you know, older teenagers and then particularly want to hang out with parents of any kind, biological or step, she always still wanted to come. And we had our ritual. I would pick her up, always late. Nothing's changed. And we would go to Millie's and have lunch, and she would have her Monte Cristo sandwich. And we would talk, and we would have a good time, and then we'd drive back to LA. But she gave her heart to me, and I gave her mine, and she was my first daughter. And that translated in other ways too. You know, the things you get from people, the wonderful things about people turn into other things. And she taught me how to share, that love can transcend biology. It can transcend stepness. Even when I wasn't her stepmother, technically, I was still her mother, her Liz mom. And that in turn, you know, when Danny and I got divorced and the children had the fortunate and wonderful joy of having another loving woman in their life be, I had been taught by Sandy and Melanie that love, you can't have too many people that love you, and it transcends biology, and you don't own it, you know, and you open up your heart like Melanie and receive love from those who want to give you love and who love you. And she taught me that from when she was 12 years old. And so I'm very grateful to Melanie for that. Melanie was also one of the most kind. Yes, she was feisty and difficult, but she also had an extremely kind heart. I mean, she was a very, very caring and humane person. It's just like what Deanna said. You know, she was very compassionate, wanted to help people, could see into people's situations and people's hearts and not judge. And she had an amazing compassion and kindness and just a loving spirit to her that I will always treasure. And she taught me that as I've, you know, gone through life too and had a need to be less judgmental and accept people, children, others the way they are, not the way I want them to be. Her spirit of compassion, kindness, acceptance, you know, I spilled over into me, and I learned that from her. So I'm going to end by saying, Melanie, you are in my heart. You're in the way I live my life. And I will always treasure the time we have had together. For me, it's been too short. I wanted to come and visit you in your home, and your new home. It never quite happened. But we talked regularly, we texted, I love you. Bill sent his love, he's working today, you know, fire issues. He sends his love to you too, Melanie. And we both believe that you've given us great gifts, and now it's your time to be free of pain. And we're grateful for the fact that you died peacefully and that you're no longer in pain. And I know that you're smiling and laughing with your trademark sense of humor, and you're going to continue to send us your love, your little ribs, and your messages. So long, but not farewell, Melanie. I'm going to turn it over to Joanna.
Hi, everybody. Hi, Melanie. Melanie, we love you so much, and we love you. I remember. I miss your funny bluntness, and I remember a funny memory. I remember when I was when you came to my Eagle Scout Court of Honor, and right before I was going up on stage to give my little speech, you were like, "Girl, you should turn this into your coming out party," and I was like, I don't know, 15 or 16 at the time, and you know, Boy Scouts can be very conservative, and it was just the funniest thing. I was like peeing my pants, and I almost did make it into my coming out party. So thank you for that, like, humor all throughout, for you and Deanna's extravagant dresses that y'all would dress in for special occasions. Thank you for giving so much love to my mom and to my dad and all these our loved ones. I'm so humbled to have known you and grateful for your presence in my life, and I wish I could have spent more time with you. I love you. And I guess I'll turn it to Michael.
Okay, thank you all so much, and then we'll open it up to Michael right now. Thank you, Joanna and Liz. Love you both. Michael, I think you're muted right now. Are you unmuted? Okay, let me see. Let me ask you to unmute. Okay, we can hear you
Hi,
now.
everyone.
Solid.
I had no idea I was muted. I'm gonna do my best to talk about my experience with Melanie. To me, just Melanie was a friend to me. She was of course my half sister. I don't know what a half sister means. Like she was my sister. She was that person I could look to that would always welcome me with open arms, not judge me. Just she was just love, and she always supported me and was always interested in just, you know, we both were very creative, and she was always interested in seeing my art and seeing all the stuff that I would create. And I always loved just, you know, seeing her arrive with Deanna and her amazing outfits and just having like a new hairstyle and always coming in with her cool hats, just like our dad. I'd like to think that she got some of her style from dad. And yeah, she just had a way of making me feel special, making me feel seen. She's so uplifting, and she just wanted the best for me. And I guess more recently, I'm starting to understand kind of some of the personal struggles that she was bravely, you know, just dealing with, trying to cope with, doing her best. And, you know, she shielded a lot of her personal struggles and her pain from me. I'd like to think that she was just, you know, wanted to just not have me worry about that and wanted to protect me a little bit. But she just wanted the best, and she just like was. I hate to be cliche, but for me, like she was like the wind beneath my wings. She just like, made me feel so empowered, and she she just had always a way of just building me up and just making me feel so just like alive and so great. And I'm so grateful and appreciative for all the time that we just spent together, and just I don't know, just having so many laughs together. And I'd like to think that like I'm not a rebel. I don't think that I'm a rebel, but in a way I got to pretend like I was with her, and she'd always try to like I guess like encourage me to be a little mischievous too. She always loved to have fun. So and I think that she like always encouraged me to just show more of my personality and to just open up a little more, because I am a little shy, and I don't like completely just like open myself up to like new people. And she just had a way of just, going up to people, playing around with them, and just trying to get them to open up. And she that's how I will remember her. And I'm noticing like a pattern from what everyone's been sharing, that like yes, I can confirm that she's a very strong-willed person, feisty, stylish, just full of love for her family. And I'm sad that I won't get to have my relationship with her grow, because she's not with us anymore. But I will always have, we all will always have our like memories that we have with her. And I'm just going to always cherish them forever. And I just want to take this moment now to just extend my gratitude and appreciation to everyone that organized this Zoom memorial. And I'm so grateful that we're able to have this opportunity to celebrate her life and come together, and also to just see each other again. And once again, that's another way that Melanie is just she's bringing us all together. And yeah, that's, and I just love her so much. And
Thank you so much, Michael. Thanks for your sweet words. We love you. Next, we're going to hear from one of Melanie's nieces and my sister, Sophia Hinchliff.
Hi, can you guys hear me?
We can hear you and see you. You're all good. Love you, Fia.
Okay. I wrote a few words for today. My aunt was one of the boldest women I've known. Her fierce sense of style and her tenacity for life was one of the many things I admired about her. But when I think of my Auntie Mel, my mind flies to 101 places. Places like her silver Volkswagen Bug blasting Avril Lavigne, and her promise to run away with me to Vegas. Or the Walmart where we went clothes shopping for my first day of middle school. She helped me pick out black leggings with skulls up the side, a jean mini skirt, and a Pink Floyd shirt, even though I had never even heard one of their songs. Or the weekend I spent in her and Auntie Anna's small apartment, painting for her and eating the best chicken tacos I've had to this day. Or the night we visited her in the hospital and I played Riptide on my ukulele for her. The first time I had played for anyone on my ukulele. Regardless of all of these good and hard times that I've had with my Aunt Melanie, my mind kept landing on the last night that I saw her. I was giving her a ride home from my grandma's house, and she wanted to stop by the gas station to get some ice. She asked me if I wanted anything, and I said I was fine. Yet still, when she came out carrying a bag of ice to the car, she handed me a big cherry chocolate candy. She smiled, sorry. She asked me and she said, I remember you liking these, right? And I smiled back and said, yes, thank you. I hadn't had one of those chocolates in years, but she still remembered that I loved them. When we finally got to her house, I helped her carry her stuff in. Right before I left, she gave me a big hug and told me she loved me. And that she was proud of me for moving up to Washington. God. For all the memories I have of her, I'm thankful that this was my last. I'm thankful that I can relish these memories. But most of all, I'm thankful that she is at peace, that she is free of the pain she suffered for so long. I spent hours looking for a poem to share today. And when I finally found this poem, I knew that this was the one because it hit me like a brick wall. So I'm gonna read it for you guys real quick. Think of me as one at rest. For me, you should not weep. I have no pain, no trouble thoughts, for I am just asleep. The living thinking me that was is now forever still, and life goes on without me now as time forever will. If your heart is heavy now because I have gone away, dwell not long upon it, friend, for none of us can stay. Those of you who liked me, I sincerely thank you all. And those of you who loved me, I thank you most of all. And in my fleeting lifespan, as time went rushing by, I found some time to hesitate, to laugh, to love, to cry. Matters it now if time began, if time will ever cease? I was here, I used it all, and now I am at peace. Thank you all for being a part of my aunt's life. Like many of you said, there was times where she was feisty and hard to deal with, but she also was so kind and so loving. And I'm just so thankful that we got to have the time with her that we did, and that she's free, that she's free of the pain she was in, and that we get to relish in all of this. Thank you, Auntie Deanna, for loving her so much, and for just, I feel like you kept her alive for so long with your love. Thank you guys so much, and thank you to my mom, and my brother, and my aunt, and everyone who put together this program. And thank you to everyone for speaking. She truly was a spectacular person. I love you all.
Thank you so much, Sophia. Love you. Next, we're going to hear from my mom, Jenny Hinchliffe, and Melanie's sister. One second.
Hi. I'm so grateful that we get to do this. I mean, that we get to be together this way. I love hearing stories about Melanie because she was an intricate piece in everyone's life and so different. And it makes my heart so happy to hear about it because I know my Melanie, but to hear other people's Melanie is so beautiful. Oh, excuse me. She was my baby. She was my baby sister. I remember the day I came home from the hospital to meet her. I mean, she came home. I remember walking in the room and she was in the little bassinet next to my mom. And my mom was like, shh. And I remember looking in and just seeing her sleep so sweetly. I hear stories about me throwing slippers on in a robe and jumping into her crib to get her out. She was my baby. We were sisters. We had our times, but I loved her dearly. And I'm so grateful that she gave us the gift of having Deanna and her family in our lives. They're such a beautiful addition as well. Thank you, Melanie, for leaving that with us. I'm sorry. Excuse me. Okay, oh my goodness, pardon me. Oh my goodness. She went through a lot in her life. My sister had a very hard life, and she hid it so well. I mean, sometimes we would see things, but she went through so much. And when my sister was hit by the car, if you don't know this story, she was at Candy Cane Lane, and she was in Cathedral City, and she was just crossing the street, and a young man backed up his car, and he hit her. I didn't think she'd make it through that. Like Deanna said, she did have many lives. She was like a cat. I remember telling my mom the day we found her that she ran out of kitties. But you know what blew my mind, though, is that Melanie forgave him. I remember her saying, I said, oh, no, I'm so upset. How can we have justice in this? And she's like, I forgave him. He's a dumb young kid. I don't know how many dumb things I did when I was young. And she forgave him. He riddled her body, her already hurt body. And she had that capacity. And I need to have that capacity. Oh gosh, I'm gonna tell a funny story because that'll lighten everything. I remember bringing groceries during this time, and I'm looking at Melanie, and I saw 2 doves fly on the brick wall, and I went, oh, I'm going, Mel, look. And we look, and all of a sudden, well, they got together. And I went, and I was like shocked, and I remember Melanie turning around to me, and she went, and the way she laughed, I love that I have that memory in my head. It was great, and I love that she laughed, because she thought it was funny. She wasn't shocked by it. I love that. A week before my sister passed, I remember being on the phone with her. I would deliver groceries for her and for my parents so that they could stay safe. And I was on the phone with her, and I'm so grateful because she said to me, Jenny, I've been gone for so long, and I've had my other life, and I regret that we didn't foster our relationship. We struggled back and forth, and she goes, I love you so much, and I'm really looking forward to being with you. And I love that. That holds me. I'm selfish. I would like to see her better. I would like to see her with me. But I know that she's not with pain now. And I sometimes light candles at night to remember her and my sister Nikki. And I tell them, I go, you guys concocting something for me? And I like the idea that they're together, and I miss them being smartasses and making fun. I would love that. Oh my goodness. Thank you for your patience. Like my mom had shared with you, my son and I are the ones that went and found her. And I can just say that just like I got to see my little Melly when she was first with me, I got to find her And even though it wrecked my heart to see her peaceful, that's comforting. I miss her. I love her. Her style, yes, her style, her everything. The day that we were at her home, I have to share with you seeing all the family together. And I looked around and I thought, oh, Melanie, she would have reveled in this, to have everybody in her little home. And you know what? Going through her belongings and cleaning. Oh, she loved us so. She kept everything. She had invitations, cards, pictures. Just getting to peek at that love that she had. She did have a lot of love. And oh, what can you do? What can you say about somebody to sum up their life? I'm grateful that my sister is not in pain. But I hurt because I can't love her more. But I thank you guys all. Deanna, I love you immensely. And I'm so grateful for you being in my sister's life. And I just thank you all for being here today so we can share. Sorry. I love you. And I'll let Max finish up here. And much love to us all. And Melly would want us happy. I know she would.
Okay, so now we are going to watch a video that was put together to remember Melanie for who she was and how beautiful she was.
blowing in your face, and the whole world is on your case. I could offer you a warm embrace to make you feel my love. When the evening shadows and the stars appear, and there is no one there to dry your tears, I could hold you for a million years to make you feel my love. I know you haven't made your mind up yet, but I will never do you wrong. I've known it from the moment that we met. No doubt in my mind where you belong. I'd go hungry, I go black and blue, I go crawling down the avenue. No, there's nothing that I wouldn't do to make you feel my love. The storms are raging on the rolling sea, and on the highway of regret. The winds of change are blowing wild and free. You ain't seen nothing like me yet. I could make you happy, make your dreams come true. Nothing that I wouldn't do. Go to the ends of the earth for you to make you feel my love, to make you feel my love.
I listen to the wind of my soul. Where I'll end up, well, I think only God really knows. I've sat upon a setting sun, but never, 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 I never wanted water once. No, never, never, never. I listen to my words, but they fall far below. I let my music take me where my heart wants to go. I've swam upon the devil's lake, but never, 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 I'll never make the same mistake. No, never, never, never. Peace be with you.
Okay, so now we're gonna open up pretty much uh, the video so people can talk if they'd like to. I know my Uncle Joey said he would like to talk, so we're gonna have him talk first, and then after that, if you want, just either you can just leave a message in the chat, and then I can unmute you, and then or you could just raise your hand in the chat, and I'll try to like write you down on the list, and we can get that going. Love you all. So I'll open it up to my Uncle Joey right now.
All right, Max, can you hear me, buddy?
Yeah, you're all good.
Awesome. I'm glad you can't see me ugly crying from that video. Melanie, you know, her name is interesting. Melanie was aptly named. The word Melanie comes from the Greek for darkness or dark, and the name Beth, her middle name, is the Hebrew Beit, which means house. So Melanie was a dark house, and a lot of us remembered and mentioned her darkness. The thing is, I've got a darkness too, and Melanie and I shared a lot of those traits, and I think I was better at hiding them. But there was like no bullshit between us because of that, and also it meant that I could say jokes that were entirely inappropriate. There was nothing too sick or twisted for Melanie, things that I wouldn't say to you. Melanie and I would have a laugh about. I just want to share one happy story that shows kind of what we had in common. It's a little bit selfish. It's a little bit charming. It's a little bit rule breaking. When we were teens, we went to Disneyland and we wanted to go on the Matterhorn. So we were in line for the Matterhorn and they needed, I guess, somebody like in a pair of two. So the guy yelled out, "Is there any party of two?" And we were a little bit behind in the line, but we said, "We're a party of two." So he brought us to the front and we went on this. Well, Melanie and I get the bright idea that maybe we can get this guy in on the joke. We go get back in the line and we just raise our hands and shout, "Party of two." And we're about 70 people back. And the guy just waves us forward. And so we went on the Matterhorn like 4 or 5 times, just because we happened to have a sick joke that got us to the front of the line. She did it again. She cut the line and went ahead of us. And I give a lot to cook with her again or to do her hair and just to laugh with her. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Uncle Joey. Appreciate that. I'm gonna leave the Zoom meeting open, and then if anyone else wants to join and just leave a message in the chat, you can message me privately or publicly, whatever you like, and then I can throw you open. But otherwise, if no one else is gonna talk, you guys are free to go. I'll leave it open for another like 5 to 10 minutes, but love you all so much. Just send a message in the chat, and then I'll let you guys in. Hello. If you guys also if any of you guys want to just like hop on and you all just show your videos and talk, we can do that too as well. Just I have to you have to let me know so I can give you permission to unmute yourself, but let me know. And then I also saw that Delma would like to say a few words, so I'll let her on really quick.
It's Katya.
Hey, sorry about that. I was I did it to your phone, Delma, but okay, it's all set up now. Love you all. Here.
Hi everyone, my name is Delma and I'm Diana's sister. And I just wanted to share a little bit. I got the opportunity to meet Mel through my sister, and she became part of our family. And we enjoyed and had many happy times together. We would spend 4th of July, Thanksgiving with the family, and they were always very nice to us, and we're very grateful to them and to her, and to have the pleasure of meeting them, and meeting her and spending the time that we spent with her. I am gonna miss her. She loved my daughters, and she was always trying to spend time with them. She babysat for me many times for my little ones, and I was very thankful to her because she always would help me whenever I needed her. I'm very sad that she passed, but I know that now she's not with any pain. She's in heaven, she's with God. I was there the day of the accident when she got ran over, and it was horrifying. And I didn't know, I didn't even know, like, I was so scared that when I heard her speak, I was just like, oh my God, thank God she's alive. Because it was just a horrifying experience. And we were all there, my daughters, my mother, my sister, and we were all just trying to have a good time, and it was around the Christmas time. But she survived, and she survived many health. When she was in the hospital, we would go visit her, and she was, I'm at a borderline. I was like this last December. I was so afraid to lose her because she was so sick, and she made it. And when I heard that she had passed in her sleep, I was in shock. I was amazed that she had survived so many hard accidents, and how she had passed away. And Diana said that was the way that she had said she wanted to go. So God listened to her, and we're gonna miss her dearly. The family, her family will always be our family. consider them our family because of her. And we're sad, and we're gonna miss her. If I
Thank you so much for that. And did anyone else want to talk in there? Are you guys good? Okay, cool.
anybody
Oh, you want to tell your mom?
Or,
Wait.
oh, my mom wants to say she loves you guys.
I love you all. I love you so much. It is so good to see your faces. Love you.
Love you all so much. Okay, so next we're going to hear from Uncle Mario. So I'm gonna unmute him right now. Hey, Uncle Mario, we're waiting on you. I don't know if there's technical difficulties on the other end, but you're up next. We're actually gonna have Auntie Lena go next instead. No rush, by the way, Auntie Lena. If you're not ready, you don't have to yet, but if you are ready, you can talk now too. Okay, solid.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi, everyone. My special condolences to you, Sandy, Rudy, all your kids. You're wonderful, and I'm so sorry for the loss. She was special to me, even though I didn't see her very much, but when I did, we were bonded, similar in so many ways. What a pistol. Gutsy, nervy, loving. I loved her very much. Very much. I tell this story all the time, but it was one of the few that just took my heart out of my chest. She came to the house. She was probably 5, 6. And we had a glass coffee table. She goes, I can do this. I go, oh, okay. And she jumped it. I thought I saw stars. And then I knew who she really was. She was kin. Thank you so much, Maxwell, bringing this beautiful, beautiful memorial to the forefront. She can be with the family over there, like she was over here. And I'm so sorry that I had missed her growing up, but she was my mierdita, okay? That's where the name was born. Thank you so much. Love to you all. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much.
Love you, Tia.
Love you, baby. How do I get out?
Here, I'll take you out right now.
It's okay.
Okay, so we can open it up to anyone else that still wants to talk. Otherwise, I'll just sit here and wait for the chat, and we can stay for another like 5-10 minutes. Otherwise, you can all leave if you'd like to, but I'll just wait here just for a little bit. Okay, so next we're going to hear from my Aunt Giggers, Antoinette. So I'm gonna ask her to unmute and then ask her to start video. Okay, we can see you. And
can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Let me throw you on. Okay, solid. Love you.
Love you. Thank you very much for this presentation you guys did. It's beautiful. And what everybody said, she was a little pistol. And I always liked going over there and babysitting because she always had me on my toes. She was pretty cool little girl. She always used to say, I love you, my tita. And you're so short. She would always tap me on the top of my head. Thank you very much for bringing her into my life. And I'm glad she's not suffering anymore. Thank you again, and my condolences to all of you.
Thank you so much.
Love you, Aunt Giggers.
Love you too, guys.
She was your jelly bean.
She was my jelly bean, but she was really my mom's jelly bean. My mom used to like to give her jelly beans, and then she'd be super hyper.
Love you.
Love you. Bye-bye.
Much. Bye. Okay, and same thing. If you guys want to join in, let us know. Love you all so much. I'll just still be waiting here.
Hi there, everyone. So a little behind the scenes, we had a computer crash last night. So we were up to the wee hours, but one of the more precious pictures also of my two youngest nephews was supposed to be in our montage. And this is Melanie with our two beautiful little nephews, Gavin and Mason. Mason's my little auburn hair, and Blondie is Gavin. And Melanie got to go visit them, and she was very excited to meet them. So I just wanted to share that separately. I did the best we could. How do you sum up somebody's life? I had hundreds of pictures, so we had to tone it down. But anyway, much love to you guys, and thank you for joining us today too. If there's anybody else that wanted to join, please let us know in the chat box and we can add you so you can speak. And I know if you saw, we recorded this, so we will be sharing it as well. So, all right, much love to you guys.
Love you all so much. So next we're going to hear from my Auntie Anna again. Love you so much, Auntie Anna.
Let's see. I don't know if I'm on.
Can you hear me?
I'm
Anna?
trying.
I see you. Here, let me see. Let me make you there. Does that work?
I just wanted to say thank you, Jenny and Max, and everybody who helped with this and participated. You guys did a really beautiful job. I know that I know I sent you hundreds and I don't know how many videos and everything, and I probably overwhelmed you. But I just wanted to say thank you for everything that you guys did. And I know that COVID didn't allow us to get together and to give each other hugs the way we probably, the way we would have wanted to. But, I'm sending everybody hugs and love, and I'm so grateful for everything that you guys did, and we're gonna miss her. I just wanted to say thank you again for allowing me to be a part of your family, and for all the beautiful words that you guys said. I love you.
Love you so much, Deanna. Thank you so much.
Sorry.
You can say it if you want.
Deanna, I love you. And thank you so much. It was beautiful. I loved looking at everything. I love you very much. Thank you, everyone.
And once again, if anyone wants to join, we'll just leave it open. Okay, next we're going to hear something from Ricardo.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you and see you. Solid. Thank you so much. Love you.
Love you too. Hello, everybody. I just wanted to share how much I miss Melanie and how much I love Melanie. We didn't see each other very often, once or twice a year, but we made sure we went through all of the emotions. And she allowed that to happen. Some of the most beautiful times in my life have been with Melanie. And I just want to remind everybody how lucky we were, how lucky we are to have her in our hearts and to have lived in hers. I know this is hard for everybody, but I know that she's thinking of some really smart ass shit to say right now. And I know we would all laugh and we would all know she was right. Melanie, I miss you so much, and I can't wait till we dance again and hug, and I build a fire for you, and you tell me how to build it better. Thank you, everybody, for being here and sharing in the love that was Melanie, and just love you all. Thank you for this.
Love you. Thank you guys for everything.
Thank you so much. That was beautiful. We love you so much.
Love you.
Oh, shoot. Oh, I...
I was just saying love you too, guys. Love you too.
Love you too. Sorry. Love you too. Okay, so next we're going to hear from my grandma Sandy. We can see you but can't hear you. Okay, now we can hear you.
Okay.
Love you.
I just wanted to say I'm not one that can cry in front of people, but all of the thoughts and love that you guys have poured out have made me cry healing tears on my own. And I wanted to thank my family. Losing Nikki and then losing Melanie, the only thing that's kept me going is my husband, Rudy, and my kids and my grandkids. You are my life. And I wanted you to know how much I appreciate how you did this memorial and how you did the memorial for Nikki. To see all the love that's in our family, it makes me happy that we're such a great family. I'm bragging, but that we have so much love for each other. And that's all I wanted to say. Thank you.
Thank you, Grandma. Love you so much. So sweet.
Love you.
Thank you for your kind words.
Oh, thank you for everything you guys did.
Yeah, of course. We love you all. Thank you for everyone showing up too. And then once again, if you guys want to join in more, just let me know. Okay, I'll let you go. Love you, Grandma.
Love you too, Baba.
Okay, so once again, if y'all want to join in, just shoot me a message and I'll get you in there. Love you all. Okay, now we're gonna bring in my grandpa Danny to say something.
I just wanted.
No, you're not unmuted.
Oh.
Oh, we'll just wait a second.
Yeah, let me, I can hear you guys. Okay, solid. Love you all.
And we love you too. I just wanted to thank you for such an amazing memorial. I couldn't hold it together with the pictures. I just, all my feelings were poured out there, and along some of the things that all the things that everybody said. So I agree with Sandy. It was just like all the love that was pouring out, and that it went into this, setting this up. It's just amazing. And I truly, truly want to thank and send love to each and every one. And especially Deanna, we love you very much. And you'll always be welcomed in our home.
You'll always be a daughter.
And always, always be Dianita. Always. We hope to have you soon here after this hoax. Anyway, we love you. I hope stay well, each and every one, your family, Telma and the girls. So thank you all. Thanks.
You did an outstanding job on the video presentation and the hosting and everything. It was just so wonderful to be able to see everybody and hear everybody, and we really appreciate you putting it all together. It was wonderful. We love you.
Thanks for loving hands to put everything together. And Max, we see you and we see your mom, and but I know that there are a lot more people behind this, and I want to make sure that I will send love to each and every one. And thanks to Grandpa Grana, who had an amazing, amazing service, the readings and prayer. That was unexpected.
Very special.
Very, very special. Thank you all. Love you. Be well.
Love you so much.
Love you.
Thank you guys. And if anyone wants to join in, just send me a message. I love you all. Okay, everyone. So I'm gonna leave it open for another like 5-10 minutes, but then after that, I'm going to close the meeting. So pretty much last call for 5 to 10 minutes if you guys want to talk. Love you all so much. Hello, everyone. So I think we're going to end it now. Thank you all for showing up. We love you all so much.
Yeah, I just want to say thank you to everybody who sent out pictures, and also to Auntie Deanna for sending, and Deanna for sending everything, and for Jolynn, my other sister, Jolynn, for us doing her doing her magic with the montage. So much love to you all, and I hope happy memories, because I'm calmer now. I hope happy memories and funny memories like surround you, and so when the waves hit and you feel that hard hurt, that you focus on that. So much love to you all. Mwah.
Okay, I love you guys all so much. We're gonna end it now. Take care.